Hi, welcome to our reading for July 2018. Remember, it's a general reading, so see what feels right for you. See which signs, symbols, bells, whistles, messages, energies resonate for you and bring you clarity to what you're wondering, concerned, confused, inquiring, dreaming, and praying about. We are all spiritual. We are all psychic. We are all children of God, but we're not all going through the same thing at the same time at the same pace. This could clarify the past. It could shed light into the future or be right in sync with the now. In the end, always use your logic and intuition together to make sound decisions based in love for the highest and greatest good of everybody, so we're all uplifted in love. See how it feels for you. If you want a more in-depth look at your month, check out your sun, moon, and rising sign videos. And if you get a chance, try to check out the musical playlist that I put below. See if there's something personal for you in the lyrics, in the music, or just enjoy the tunes. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a beautiful July. I love you, and I'll see you in a moment. Hi, Taurus. Welcome to our reading for Taurus, sun, moon, and rising. Let's begin. Let's get clarity on the energies coming through in July 2018. Now, the random shuffle Pandora song that came through for Taurus was Loving You by Nika Costa. So I'm going to find that song and put it below for you guys. Now let's begin the reading. We're going to start with an angel card. Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, our higher self, angels, and energies of love have for the highest and greatest good of all. We're going to start with one card and get some basic advice for Taurus. And we have Maya coming through for Taurus. So this is going back to school, learning something new, studying. This is gathering information. It's taking time to bring information to you. So this could be an interest you already have. I feel like maybe a documentary or something like that. This could be researching something online, reading a really good book. It's also finding the right teacher, finding the right mentor, maybe an apprentice energy coming through. If you're already a teacher, it could be finding the right student, but I feel like you're the one learning here. So Maya is schooling, study, and education. Help your life's purpose and personal growth at this time. The angels will guide you and help you with this process. So this could be word of mouth. You know, it could be speaking to somebody about a subject and they know somebody who teaches. It's the right situation coming into your world, but I feel like there is a harvest energy and it's bringing some nutrition onto your plate. So maybe nutrition is important, paying attention to, I want to say, your schedule. Maybe you need to move something around in your schedule so you have more you time, Taurus. More time for you to do something that you love, something you're into. This could be a talent. You have a natural gift somewhere and it's pursuing something that makes you happy. So what interests you? What are you into? What gets you excited? So Maya, schooling, study, and education help your life's purpose and personal growth at this time. The angels will guide you and help you with this process. It's finding that right thing at the right time, divine timing. But I feel like you need to make time first. So if you get an urge to make a phone call, to sign up for a class, to pursue something, follow that urge, follow that gut feeling that you have that you should do something, and put more time into you. Don't push for something to happen yet. Have that information come to you first. Even if you're pursuing the information, there's still something coming back to you. Maybe this is helpful energy coming to you. So open your arms and receive help however it comes. I keep seeing like classes or a schedule. Maybe you need to, circle something on the calendar, or look at local events, something local in your community, or maybe this is something far away that you can do, like a retreat, something like that, something you can go to for a week and gain a lot in a small amount of time. So maybe you have to go somewhere else to learn this thing, maybe relocating somewhere, maybe it's just temporary, but I feel like it's vital to your energy, to your growth. It's like a spiritual growth spurt coming through for you. Like you have this desire, this urge to learn more about something. What is that for you? I feel like maybe an instrument, maybe some of you play an instrument, maybe something like the guitar, piano, maybe you sing, maybe this is dance. This could be even yoga or exercise, doing something physical. So let's see. Let's get more clarity for Taurus on Maya, going back to school, research, education, finding a really good book and taking time to read it, even if you put it by the toilet, wherever you can do it. If it's 5 minutes a day, do 5 minutes a day. If it's a half an hour you can give yourself. I feel like you time is really important. I also want to say like-minded individuals. So there could be a class, maybe you meet a new buddy in a new class, or you can sign up for something with a buddy, do something together, learn together, help each other grow. I feel like if there's somebody else involved, there's a mutual interest. So let's see. We're going to move along to the vice versa tarot and get clarity for Maya. And we have the High Priestess coming through. So that's a spiritual growth spurt. You have to seek out this knowledge when the High Priestess comes through. She's very hard to explain. She's mysterious. She's feminine energy, but she also has a balance between masculine and feminine. It's a doorway, a gateway, a way to get through a situation. This is, Taurus, really, really trusting your gut. It's trusting your own inner guidance system. This is also praying. This is experience. If you visit the High Priestess, she can talk about her experiences, but until you actually have that experience yourself, you can't completely understand. So this is step by step. It's one page at a time. It's diving deeper into something. You can't learn it all at once, but page by page, chapter by chapter, you'll start to understand. For some of you, it's experience by experience. I also feel like this is a miracle card. I just thought of Hot Chocolate. I believe in miracles. I'll put that song below for you guys. I feel like she's pointing at the book. So there's knowledge you're going to find in a book. Pay attention to books that seem to fall off the shelf, or if you visit a bookstore, what draws your attention, what feels like it's calling you. Sometimes it's just opening up a book and turning to a random chapter, and that's your answer. There's also something covered here. Sometimes the High Priestess is keeping a secret. This is also the opposite of gossip at the water cooler, if that makes sense. This is keeping somebody else's secret. If somebody tells you something in trust, be trustworthy. Have authenticity about that situation or that information. It was probably just meant for you. If this is you giving your trust to somebody else, trust your gut to say what you need to say and hold back what you need to hold back. So I feel like with the High Priestess, there's mysteries behind her. You have to be allowed entrance here. So if you look behind her, there's spiritual fire here. There's also 2 keys. So it looks like one key is silver and one is gold. So I think of masculine and feminine energy, a direct way through and a roundabout way through. Look at all perspectives. There's not one way through this situation. So dive deep into you. You have the answer. This is also psychic revelations that come through. You know, when you watch a reading like this, it's the information that you get when you see a reading that's beneficial and that brings growth into your world. It's what you think about when that person says something, and it's the thoughts and that process that it takes you to. It's what you think about. It's the memories that come through. You know, it's the ideas and the inspirations that pop through you that are important. Sometimes it's just noticing. You know, noticing the synchronicities in your world. So when you're thinking of something and it appears in your world, that's a miracle. That's important. So if you're thinking about something and then that song comes on the radio, or a song comes on the radio and it has lyrics that seem like an answer to you, it is synchronicity occurring into your world. Perhaps it is an answer. So maybe music, paying attention to the lyrics, or maybe random advertisements even that come through. I notice her bare feet. So I want to say be grounded, and her foot is on a pillow, and that makes me think of a pedicure or a massage, like a foot massage. So maybe you time taking care of yourself, putting some nutritious energy on your plate. Maybe you're giving too much away and you have to hold back a little. Just wait, be patient. This is growth that comes through patience. It's divine inspiration. You know, it's psychic revelations that come through you and are meaningful to you. It doesn't have to be meaningful for anybody else, Taurus, other than you. That's what's special about this. So this could be experiences you already went through, and maybe you're teaching somebody else. You know, maybe you have an answer for somebody and you're really helpful for them. So let's see, let's get clarity. The pomegranate here also makes me think of feminine energy. And I want to say maybe the moon is important. So pay attention to the cycles of the moon, the ebb and the flow, also your emotions, when you should speak and when you should hold back. So also speaking to the right person at the right time. This is the right advice that comes through maybe miraculous forms, you know, maybe through a stranger. I hear compliment, maybe a compliment. Maybe somebody compliments your style or your voice or something like that, and that brings that inspiration that drives you forward. Maybe it's you complimenting somebody else and that inspires them. So there's a deep, sexy, I hear silent energy with the High Priestess. She's very intuitive. So it's not always the guidelines. It's not always the rules. It's what's unwritten here. You know, it's what's behind the doorway that's important. So maybe there's something in the works cooking for you. It's not ready yet. So I want to say if it's the appetizer that comes out first, enjoy the appetizer. Dinner is on its way. I hope that made sense. That was kind of weird. There's also day and night here. So day by day, do something today that makes a big difference tomorrow. You know, if you have to put something away in the meantime, do what needs your attention most. Maybe somebody in particular needs your attention the most. But I feel like when the High Priestess comes through, it's you that needs attention. So maybe prayer is really important. Let go and let God. You know, pray for something and allow it to come through unusual ways. I want to say expect the unexpected as well. So however help comes back to you, open your arms. I want to say thank you. The right advice is coming through. Trust yourself, Taurus, that you can sift through the bullshit and take those nuggets of wisdom that you can use. You know, sometimes you have to weed through a lot of bullshit to find those nuggets of wisdom that are beautiful, that bring you growth. Sometimes we have to go through a lot of bullshit to learn and to grow and to gain experience. So I feel like when the High Priestess comes through, it's also Major Arcana 2. So I think of a feminine energy. I also think of partnership a little bit, but I feel like you have to seek out this information. You have to go and search for it. Sometimes it finds you, but if it finds you, you know it was meant to find you. It was meant to be. There's a destiny with the High Priestess. So I want to say she's also a little bit of work. You know, you can't understand everything right away. It takes work. It takes patience. So maybe it's practice for you guys, practicing something a little bit at a time. Maybe you're starting to read cards and it's pulling one card in the morning, and at night go back to that card and see how it played out in your day, or how it brought you understanding or understanding in what you went through that day. Maybe it's just learning something slowly so you retain the information and it's not overwhelming all at once. I hope that made sense. So let's get another card from the Fairy Tarot on the High Priestess. Mysterious energies coming through. I feel like there's, I want to say, miraculous solutions to a problem. There's a different way through something. There's a different way to communicate something that you didn't think of before. Maybe to present some information. All right. I keep hearing seeking. So you're seeking knowledge on something. You're going to find it, even if it's little nuggets at a time. All right, let's get clarity on the High Priestess. Do you see that card? And that one. All right, clarity for Taurus. And we have unity. So wow, Taurus. So we definitely have a balance coming through. So you have the rules and the way something works. This is also school, it's education, it's government, it's being involved with others who are like-minded. Sometimes this card means breaking the rules, thinking outside the box if those rules don't apply to your situation anymore. So I feel like these are counterparts to one another. The High Priestess and the Hierophant, or here it's unity. So it's finding harmony in a situation, being the conductor of that orchestra. Maybe one group, you know, was good for you in the past or as a child, and as you grow, as you learn, as you have experiences in your world, there's a new place for you, you know? So this could definitely be school for you guys. It's also a teacher-student energy. Sometimes this is a marriage card. So it's more than one person coming together in unity to make something work. And sometimes you have to rewrite the rules so it works. We all change. We all make mistakes. You know, things always develop in our life. So this is rolling with those changes. I feel like there's somebody wise here. So maybe a grandfather, a grandmother, somebody who's had a lot of experience. They're helpful for you, or that's you, helping a younger generation. I feel like there's curious energy here. I see the bird in the background. It looks like a, what are the little yellow birds that sing? I can't think of it right now. Oh, I wanted to say a sparrow. A sparrow? Now I thought of a cardinal. I'm thinking birds. Canary. There we go. So maybe a canary, maybe singing is important. Mimicking is important. So pay attention to the rules. Sometimes rules are there to help us all. You know, I like the stop sign example. If there's a stop sign on the road, it's there for protection so we don't run through the crossroads and get into an accident. But sometimes there becomes more and more traffic where there's a stop sign and they need to put a stoplight. So sometimes you need to change the rules, but some rules are good because they make harmony in a situation. They make things work. They make things run smoothly. Sometimes you have to bend the rules, color outside the lines, and break the rules or adapt to a situation. So sometimes this is unity with others, and sometimes it's leaving a union. So do the right thing for the right reason. Compare traditional versus new approaches to see which works for you. You know, sometimes we do something one way, something changes, we need to change. Sometimes somebody else comes in our world and they have a totally different way to do something, and that might even work better for you. It's also a spiritual-minded community, so that's cool. That brings us back here to like-minded individuals. You know, joining a group where others around you have the same interests, the same spiritual light coming through, that same kind of energy that's beneficial to all of you. So you have a lot of spiritual energy, a lot of learning, a lot of knowledge coming through. It's like you're harvesting knowledge in July. So give yourself that time to learn. Don't push something to happen yet. It's time to gather. So let's get clarity for unity. Number 5. The 5 also makes me think of, that was Buddy, the horse. He's happy. This also makes me think of change. When I see the 5, I think of a wheel. So the wheels are spinning. You know, there's an interest. There's a curiosity somewhere, and it's bringing you change in your world. All right, let's get clarity for Taurus on unity, the High Priestess, and Maya. Maybe you're meant to teach in the future, but right now it starts with being a student, being a novice. One more card for Taurus. And we have desert passage coming through. So dry lands, something that feels like it's hot, arid, like there's no growth, but it's getting through that desert to an oasis. You know, trust there's a divine plan. So that's your divine energy coming through. There's a reason you have to go down that road, that you went down that road, or had that struggle, or had that argument, or that bump in the road. There's a divine purpose to it all. Something is cooking behind closed doors. I see, I want to say like a gigantic puzzle, and the pieces are falling together, but when you're standing on that puzzle, you can only see what's right around you, you know, but in the corner over here, something is being put together for you. Over here, there's something happening for you, even if it's behind closed doors. So that's cool. Let's see. Desert passage is, even if it seems that life has areas of barrenness, beneath the surface, life is transforming in accordance with your highest good. Trust that you are guided, even if it doesn't seem like it. There are spiritual guides, allies, and angels surrounding you. Listen to your heart. I just thought of that song from the 80s. Listen to your heart when he's calling for you. Listen to your heart before you say goodbye. I think it's called Listen to Your Heart. I don't know who sings it, but I'll find it and put it below. There are listen to your heart, act on your instincts. Believe that the messages you are being given are in your highest good. Get down to basics. Trust what you feel. That made me think of the Christina Aguilera song, Back to Basics. Nothing's popping up right now. I'll find a good song and put it below. I can kind of hear one. I'll find it. I'll put it below for you. The Sacred Traveler wants you to know the desert path can seem like a vast wasteland, yet it is in this isolation that the immense insights, there we go, it's the High Priestess. Sometimes we feel alone, but it's so you can learn something for yourself. And intuition can emerge. In times of old, sages and visionaries, here we go, retreated into the desert to connect more deeply with spirit. If in the past you trusted your instincts and then seemed later to be a mistake, don't let that keep you from trusting your intuition now. Often those things that were thought to be mistakes in the past, in hindsight, were the best things possible for us. As you open up your intuition, you will sense messages from the loving presence of your spirit guides and ancestors. There is a potent plan for your life. Trust. This is a really powerful reading. I hope this was helpful to you. Trust yourself. Trust that you went through something for a reason, and there's something good coming your way. Take time to gather some information, to bring something nutritious on your plate. I love you so much, Taurus. I hope this was helpful, and you have a beautiful July, and I'll see you soon.